doing all this. All right, we're going to do the countdown. We're going to do a countdown. 3, 2, 1. And we are recording.
Hello,
Liam,
how's it going?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Good to see you. Thanks for
Good,
inviting me on the
good.
podcast.
We normally talk about animals here on
Yeah,
this podcast,
yeah,
but
yes.
you know, you're a good old friend of mine,
Yes, of course. We've
and
known
you
each
do
other
really
for
exciting
too long.
things.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So,
That's one way to put it. Yeah. Yeah,
no,
I
you do,
I
you
got,
do.
I got shiny object syndrome, you know?
What's
I
shiny
just-
object? Oh my god! What's shiny object syndrome?
It's basically where you just, anything you see shiny, you get attracted to. So it's
Got it.
like, I get attracted to like loads of new sports.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
obviously like the wildlife stuff I did a lot of as a kid, but since spending more time with you in the first in between the first lockdown and the second,
Yeah.
just kind of enjoyed the wildlife stuff again. Just I just do too many things basically. But
No,
it's good.
no, it's good. You do things that are good to talk about, which I think is
Yes.
why we're here today.
Yes, I feel I haven't spoken to anyone in a long time because it's lockdown, so
Oh,
I might be a
man.
bit rusty.
Rusty speaking. I get
Yeah.
it. Don't worry about it. No,
But,
tell the good viewers
yes, go on.
what you do. Tell
Yes.
the good viewers what you do.
I do. So I'm training to be a screen combatant. So that's basically somebody who does fighting for film and TV. And so it's kind of like being a stuntman, but they specialize more in doing strictly fight scenes rather than falling off buildings, getting set on fire, getting hit by cars, all that
Yeah.
stuff. You leave that to the stuntmen, and the screen combatants do more of the fight stuff.
Yeah.
So my passion has always been martial arts and fighting and the movement and the choreography,
Yeah.
whether that be with unarmed combat or weapons. So over the last couple of years, I've basically been trying to brand myself as a screen combatant. And I've done some training with the British Action Academy in London, and I've just got signed with Take 3 Agency in London as well.
Yeah.
And yes, so I'm basically a special action performer / screen combatant. And to supplement with that, I've done mixed martial arts, as have you.
Yes.
We did together.
Yeah.
And I've done historical European martial arts, which is a form of fencing, and gymnastics. I've dabbled in rock climbing. Anything with a weapon, airsoft or throwing knives, anything with a weapon. I'm your guy.
Yeah, it's not a cup of tea on a Sunday afternoon kind of lifestyle, eh?
No, it is, surprisingly.
It is, yes,
I mean,
yes.
it is. Like, there's nothing more badass. I mean, this is a hot chocolate,
What,
So
man?
I'm the nicest badass you'll ever meet, I'll
There you go.
I'll fight all week and then I'll have a hot chocolate,
On a Sunday. There you go. No, that sounds really cool, man. But you've had a lot of recent success with that, which has been awesome to hear.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to stay busy during lockdown. And this time is like a gift because you're not going to get this much time off again. So if there's ever a side hustle or something you wanted to push for, now's the time.
Now is the time. Yeah.
I think a lot of people are missing that opportunity. They're just wasting it away, playing video games and stuff, which is hard because I know it's winter. But you gotta
push on for it. You gotta push on for it.
You gotta get out and move. That's why I love that you've been getting out there. You've been looking for wildlife. You've been recording. You've been,
turning over every rock I can find to see if there's anything.
Staying close to
if there's anything
staying
interesting
close to
underneath
nature.
it. Yes, definitely. Always. It's much more fun out there. But no,
Yes.
I started following your friend who does the medieval martial arts.
Historical view. HEMA, basically.
Yeah.
Jordan Mock.
I think so, yeah. He's got
Academy of Steel,
he's got a really fun Instagram page. No, it was the guy, you posted a video and you posted it with him, and then I started following him and seeing his
Was that the
videos on
fencing
Instagram.
fighting?
Yeah, the fencing
Yes.
the fencing
Yeah.
fighting stuff.
Yeah.
That is some crazy shit. Oh.
Yeah, so that's Jordan Mock. Shout out to Jordan Mock. He is my HEMA instructor, and he runs the Academy of Steel in Cardiff and Caerphilly, two branches in South Wales.
Yeah.
And he runs that with his wife, Melissa.
Sick.
And basically, yeah, it's great. I've been doing some one-to-one lessons with him. Just because I need to get out the house and I need to continue progressing for the screen combat stuff. And yeah, he's awesome. His channel, his Instagram is great. I think he's got 4,500 followers. And he's got a YouTube channel, and he's got his own podcast as well called Blades for Days. So
Blades
if you're interested in, yes, it's really good. I listened to it. So if you're interested in sword fighting, check it out. It's called Blades for Days. It's on Spotify.
And we've got to actually what's the word? Disclose this. This is an actual sport. This isn't like a bunch of folks dressing up in the woods, running after each other in masks and shit. This is like this is an actual sport, yeah?
It's an actual sport. So I'm actually still quite new to HEMA, so I'm probably not the best person to speak to about it. But it is an actual sport. It's growing. I think it's going to be bigger in the future, just like MMA was small when it started. And basically, there are, with HEMA, you learn a variety of different weapons. So you learn the long sword, the big two-handed weapon. You learn side sword, which is like a one-handed sword. You learn sword and buckler, which is basically sword and shield. And depending on where you train, like my instructor teaches pole axe as well, pole arms and spears and shield walls and pretty much dagger, anything you can think of, really. Which is great for the movies because, if I'm getting taught how to do a good shield wall, and then if you were on a show like Vikings, for example, then you've got real life experience in a shield wall, which is
actual combat experience.
More than most people can say. But the interesting thing about HEMA is it's probably more like a martial art than it is like fencing, because you can actually, when you're getting close, there's a thing called the bind. So that's where your two swords will clash. And then it's called a bind. So it's basically where you kind of see it in Star Wars, where they're like, they're fighting for power. And if you put too much power in, they can sort of come underneath you and get you. But and if you put too little power in, they'll overwhelm you and create an opening. But the interesting thing is, when you're in the bind, you can actually enter into grappling. So you can grab your other opponent's swords. You can disarm them. You can take them down and take your dagger out and stab them, for example. Because it's a misconception that you couldn't grab other people's swords. So, like I say, I'm no expert on swords, but this is just what I know.
This is it's interesting.
So when it comes to a two-handed sword, for example, we use that as an example. The first half of the sword near the hilt is not sharp. It's only the second half of the blade is sharp, because when you were killing people, like obviously you would just cut them with the second half of the blade. So you can actually grab the blade halfway down, and that's called half swording. So that's when you'll grab the blade in the middle of the blade and the handle, and you can manipulate more like a spear. So you can grab other people's swords, you can disarm them, you can grab your own sword, you can grab them, you can take them down. Because even if the swords were sharp, back in those days, you're wearing big gauntlets, So it's like a very historically accurate sport. A lot of the teachings are from manuals, basically, which ancient manuals or whatever, from a couple of hundred years ago, which are in museums or what have you. And there is drawings of the techniques. So there's a few different styles, like with MMA, you've got the Italian style and you've got the German style. So it's an interesting sport. There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm loving it. It's great. It's
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah, there's a lot of going on.
I think you'd love it knowing your Scottish heritage.
Yeah.
And I know you did MMA, so yes. I think you'd love this sport, you know.
Yes, I haven't thrown a punch or done anything crazy like that in years, mind you.
Yeah.
So like that's something I don't know if I can remember, but I do remember doing a lot of the God, it just seems so long ago now, doing all of that, like the cage fighting and the yeah, it was really crazy. Like
you were a beast, though. I just want to say, you know, for everyone watching, you might look at this guy Ewan, and he doesn't look like a beast, but you're a killer, man. Fair play.
Back in the day,
you're a killer.
Not anymore.
No, you still are. You still are.
maybe back then. I often think I look in the mirror sometimes, and I'm like 18-year-old Ewan could probably kill me, like really easily. Like it wouldn't be a problem.
You were so strong on the ground. Like I remember, and I'm a strong guy, but something about you. You're just so strong and so much cardio that it was overwhelming to fight you sometimes.
It was
fair play.
It was crazy. I don't know why I jumped into that so crazily, because like it was one of those things. Because you were always into it. It was always your thing.
Yeah, and that's it. I introduced you, didn't I?
Yeah. It was just like, oh, do you want to come and do this for a while? I was like, yeah, I'll come and do that. And it was for about maybe a year and a half, 2 years, where I went full on it. I think.
Yeah,
it didn't last long, but yeah.
No, but you did well, and it led you to doing what you're doing now. You know,
yes,
just diving with sharks,
and well, at the moment, like snakes.
Yeah,
with something.
Yeah,
you had a fair few fights, mind.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, I think you had more than me, but yeah, like same as you. It was like one of those things we kind of got into together, but due to financial reasons and because I live more in the countryside and you lived in the city, I couldn't really start training regularly at the same time as you. Yeah, because so I think you got maybe a year's head start on me or something.
Yeah. But you, go on, man.
But yeah, you know, when I did join, I think we were still training together.
Yeah.
And then you left for South Africa, and I continued my training, and then I did pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah, you had a few championship fights, didn't you?
Yes, I had the one strike and submit championship fight. Which I won.
Yeah.
I won by decision. So yeah, that was cool. That was the last time I fought, and I basically planned just to take a break from MMA, and because my girlfriend at the time was from France, and she was going back to France. She was studying here in Cardiff, so I took a break from MMA, and I went out to France pretty much on and off for 3 or 4 times, which spanned over the course of about a year.
Yeah.
And then when I came back, my intention, well, COVID happened. Me and my girlfriend at the time broke up, and I was planning to get back into MMA now that I was fully back in Cardiff. But with COVID, it's become an impossible task.
Yeah, God. Yeah.
You know?
Everything seems impossible with COVID.
Yeah.
But
I managed, I managed to get into HEMA and gymnastics as well, and things are going well for me in TV. Awesome. So MMA, definitely. I've got some unfinished business with MMA, but I don't know exactly when. There's a lot I want to do. And until I've ticked those boxes of the things I want to do, I don't see myself stepping in the cage again until those boxes are ticked, if that makes sense.
That makes complete sense. Yeah, there's a lot to do, and like you said, your screen combat stuff has been going really well. So like recently, it's been doing really well. But I think about the MMA stuff quite a bit recently, because it's like I remember some of the like in the training and the fight camps, it was like, oh, I'm really into this, really enjoying it. Some of the fights came out better for worse, win or lose, it was all good. It was all great to be there. But I do remember one time I was kind of sat in the toilet before a fight going, why am I doing this?
I get that.
It was weird because I think I won that one. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Well, yeah.
yeah, I came out of the toilet, won, and then remembered why I was doing it. It was a really
Yeah.
weird
Well,
experience.
you won a lot of your fights. Well, that's the thing with MMA, you know, like MMA fighters aren't fearless, you know, we're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
courageous. And the definition of courageous is basically you feel the fear, but you do it anyway,
Yeah,
you know? And
yeah,
that's what you did. You're nervous,
yeah,
you felt the fear, but you said, you know, F it. And
yeah. Thank
you
you.
just done it, you know? Yeah. I was warned I couldn't swear on this podcast, so
Yes,
I've had to change
I don't know what
my
YouTube will think
dialect.
of me. Our dialects will have to change.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah,
I swear a lot.
no, it's
Bad
okay.
habits.
Bad habits. It's all right. I don't know what YouTube will do to me if we speak too freely. So,
Yeah, no worries.
but yeah, no,
But
it's just yeah,
go
no,
on.
go on then.
I was just gonna say, yeah, MMA was great. You know, like, oh god, I forgot what I was gonna say now.
No, that's all good.
Yeah, like you did really well in your
I
fights.
think we all did.
Um,
I remember everybody smashing
yeah, it
it.
was a great experience, and I know a couple of guys who sort of want to get into MMA,
Yeah.
but I think they're quite scared to or whatever, and
I
they've
think
got
it's
this.
yeah.
Go on.
No, I was just gonna, I think it's a good thing to do even if you just do it once, because it's like you say, it's one of the things which kind of it pushes you to some kind of level. Like you don't have to do it if you know you don't have to do it. Like it's not people shouldn't be forced to do anything they don't want to do. But if you're like thinking about it, you should be like, yeah, I'll just do it. You know,
Yeah,
try not to think about it
100%,
too much. If you want to do it, then it's a
yeah.
good thing to do, even if it's just once.
The thing is, everyone thinks, oh, MMA, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to get battered by these scary, juiced up, tattooed, bald-headed guys. And you turn up to a gym and you see you and me.
Yeah.
People like you and me, just nerds, really. That's what we are, aren't we?
Basically, just taking things a little bit too much, too far.
Just nice guys. MMA gyms mostly filled with nice guys who will train to your level, and they're not going to bully you or anything.
And it's a humbling experience getting the shit kicked out of you though.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's something that I think we should all experience.
yeah, definitely.
In a weird way. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's funny actually because I remember, like what we were saying earlier, when it was like you had a year head start on me with MMA.
Yeah.
And I'd done judo as a kid. I did judo when I was like 6 years old for a couple of years. Then I quit and I went back as a teenager around 13 for a couple of years again.
Yeah.
So I always had a good judo background, and I used to hit the bag in my garage when I was a teen. But when you started MMA like properly, and you got a year's head start on me, and I remember going to the gym with you, and we were in Dave's gym, and we were just like messing around, and I was like, "Come on, let's have a spar," and you literally humbled me, man.
No.
Yeah, like your grappling was so good. You were so strong. You're so fit, and I was like, that was a good humbling experience, friend to friend. And I was like, shit, man, I need to actually get to class, because there's only so much training you can do on your own. You know, with the punch bag.
Yeah. It's tricky.
And that was one of the moments when I actually said, right, okay, because I remember like a year ago, I used to be able to take you, and then a year after, you just fucked me up, and I was like, oh shit,
no.
Sorry.
It's going to be don't worry about it.
And then, so I was just like, I had to start training. And now I've caught you up. It'd be interesting now.
Oh man, it'd be the complete opposite. I get humbled by a mile and a half. Ooh.
One day we'll have to have a throwdown.
Yes, it will be a great throwdown.
Yes,
I'm into it. I'm into this.
Definitely,
I'm into it.
Definitely.
No, but it was a good experience, and you've definitely moved more. You've kept on with the martial arts now.
Yeah, well, it was always my passion, like since a kid. So it was always my passion. I think just growing up, not having money, not being able to drive to the city, and having to study for university and all that, just it wasn't the right time in my life. But now, I've gone more into that direction of martial arts, and yeah, things are working out. So
No, it's
it's
good.
good.
No, it's good, man. It's good. And just to go, we're going back a little bit now. But
Mm.
heme is a competitive sport, isn't it? It's like it's something that's high, you compete in.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
called HEMA. So
HEMA.
that HEMA, and that stands for Historical European Martial Arts.
Oh shit.
And yes, it's a competitive sport. So there's a
Yeah.
couple of competitions. I think the big one is called Swordfish. I don't
Mm.
know where it's held.
Yeah.
Um, but yes, that you can compete, but it's still quite early days, I think.
Yeah.
And with something like sports fencing, like the
Mm.
fencing that everybody knows,
Yeah.
you're wired up to this thing so that when you get hit, a buzzer goes off.
Hmm.
So everybody knows when somebody has hit their opponent.
Yeah.
Whereas with HEMA, you don't have that.
Oh
So
damn.
it's very hard to judge because
Yeah.
sometimes these hits are so fast,
Mm.
and you know you hit people on the gloves a lot of the time,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and sometimes you don't see it. It looks like you've hit their blade, but you might have skinned their glove. And there's
Mm.
different points for different cuts. So if you hit someone in the head, you'll get like 3 points, for example. If they
Yeah.
hit you in the hand, you might only get like 1 point.
Hmm.
So it's difficult to judge, and it's still relatively new. I don't think there's many competitors in it,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
but my instructor has competed on a bunch of occasions and he's won medals.
All right.
And I'm looking to compete in the future when things are back to normal.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, and when I'm a little bit better, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now's like the perfect time to train now. So then, when everything kind of clears up a little bit, you'll have that experience to
Yeah.
get out there and go. Yeah.
It's actually crazy because, you know, with MMA,
Mm.
your chin will be very tucked like this,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm.
And with fencing, you need to have your head up, like,
Oh
and you
man.
kind of outstretch your body.
Yeah.
And the footwork is very different as well. So when
Yeah.
I'm fighting in HEMA, my head is very down and my
Yeah.
footwork is very MMA.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm trying to learn the HEMA way, but
Oh
also
man.
not trying to let it mess up my MMA.
Yeah, because you don't want to go. You don't want to go into the wrong sport with the wrong footwork.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
know what? I think they complement each other more than they make each other worse, if that makes sense.
That makes
Because
sense. Yeah.
HEMA is very similar. Like it's timing, footwork,
Mm.
speed, strength, you know, like technique. It's a
Yeah.
game of chess, just like MMA
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, it's great. That's why I know you'd love it
Mm.
because it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Maybe one day. I don't know. I don't. I run like a mile and a half or 2 miles. I don't know how much it is, and it kind of kills me. So maybe when I can do 3 miles. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, funny enough, it's not like so much a car. Well, I guess it takes a lot of cardio, but it's more like MMA, like your sprints, your
Yeah.
burst energy, you know.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you're wearing all this padding and
Mm.
the mask. You can't breathe too well in. You've
Yeah.
got these gloves, and
Yeah.
it's all kind of heavy. So
Mm.
yeah, you need cardio, but it's more like a lot of the people I've fought. It's quite. It's not super challenging like MMA, like
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
terms of
Yeah.
cardio. You
Mm.
know,
Hmm.
it's more technique. I think
Yeah.
HEMA's a more technical thing. You know.
Yeah.
Than
Yeah.
a strength and cardio thing. You
Yeah.
could be a static fighter and stay there
Mm.
with your sword held out, and as
Yeah.
long as you can get them and just use the technique to get them, you don't necessarily have to move too much. You know.
Yeah. That'd be a pretty
So
cool thing to watch, mind. That would be a really cool thing to see people doing in like the park.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be really fun.
Yeah. Well, I'll try and put some more videos out with
Yeah,
my
that'd be
HEMA
really cool to
instructor.
see because I quite like that one you were
Definitely.
doing with your instructor. That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's-
if you watch that, you can see I'm moving a lot, like, and I'm
Uh-huh.
coming in very fast to get him, and he's pretty much staying still the whole time, and he's just countering me. So
Yeah.
that's what I mean. You know, he doesn't have to use a lot of energy. It's like,
Mm. Yeah.
so yeah,
Like you're
you're
saying,
good.
it's like a lot of combat sport. It's very how do you say it? There's a huge amount of technique. Like I remember I watched this. I went to go and watch a fight in Newport,
Yeah,
and this what was it? This guy got in the ring. He was huge, 6 foot,
Mm.
covered in muscle, massive guy, right? Real big guy. And his opponent walks in, and it's this short, chubby, like really, like, he's pretty fat, pale as anything guy walks in. And this is his opponent. I'm looking at this going, this guy is going to die. I'm going to see a murder. This is awful. This is terrible. This shouldn't have happened. And what happened? The pale, chubby guy kicked the shit out of him. It was just like crazy.
It's always the case, though, isn't it?
It's always the case. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is something that people still don't understand, you know, is like looks have nothing to do with how tough somebody is, you know, and neither does their personality or their body language, you know. Like me and you, like, you know, if someone walked past us in the street, they wouldn't think we were anything to worry about, you know what I mean?
I don't know what I'm like now. Like everything a couple of years ago.
No. I'd bet all my money, bro. Like you'd take pretty much 99% of the people you come past in Madrid, you know. Because I've fought you, and you're a beast, you know. Yeah. You're a beast.
Thank you.
So.
This message goes out to everyone.
I mean, I'm out of hot chocolate, but
same. I got nothing here either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bluffer.
Yes, bluffing. There's a few drops in here that I'm drinking.
Tell me what's been going on then. I seen your hunting video.
Yes.
That was amazing.
That went well. Thank you. That went really well. Actually, that went really well. That's gone out. I'm working on a video with a herpetologist called Max, who took me to see some snakes, which was really cool.
Nice.
I'm getting that sorted. I'm mostly just waiting for my visa paperwork to get sorted out. But I'm trying to stay as busy as possible, as busy as humanly possible. So so my brain doesn't shut down or anything like that. But mostly
that's awesome.
Trying to get that out, trying to finish that video. That was a really cool experience because I didn't expect anything that big to come out of the grass here. Like, it was a huge snake. It was massive. It was really big, and I was thinking, we'll get something about this big, and that'll be like a big snake for Spain, right? For Spain.
Yeah.
But the thing was it was almost 5 foot in length.
Right.
It was huge. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And it was these awesome sounds it was making. It was radiating these incredible sounds. I got some awesome footage from it. It was really
awesome.
I really can't wait to get that video out.
When's that going to be out?
I know no idea. No idea when it's coming out. I have no idea. It's coming out as soon as I can finish it. But no,
awesome.
It was a really cool. I'm trying now to look for more things like that in a way, because the like the hunting video, that video, and I want to try and do something else now, which is kind of very similar to those two experiences. Where I go out with someone who knows a lot about the land, who has a unique story to tell me, so that the video kind of makes itself. Because these, I find those are the most interesting ones to do, where everything just kind of falls into place.
Yeah.
It's also a lot easier to edit, because there's not you know this as well. You do filmmaking, so like the video editing process is annoying enough as it is. To have to put all your footage down and see no story, that's even worse.
No, definitely. So I'm editing a new video now. It's funny. It's the long sword video, which you helped me shoot. You helped me shoot before you went to where did you go? Madrid. I was going to say South Africa then.
One of those two.
But I had James Huntley help me finish it. So shout out to James Huntley. It's hopefully be out in a couple of weeks. I was just editing it before speaking with you now.
Sick.
But some of it's doing my head in. It's like I've pretty much got it finished, but it's like that last 30 seconds you're trying to stretch out what you've got and try to find something.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
But it's looking good. So we should both have some videos coming out soon. It should be
no, it should be good. It should be really good. Yeah, I
remember
filming that. Yeah.
Go on.
I remember filming that. It was a lot of fun because it's something I don't normally do.
Yeah.
So it was really fun doing that. It was a lot of fun seeing that.
I was like, your first time on the drone as well.
Yeah, man, I want a drone so bad.
You've got an epic like drone shot of me like up on Rupera Fort.
Rupera Castle,
coming up. Yeah. That's like one of the opening shots. But yeah, I wanted to say, like, for your, for the things you're doing, a drone would be awesome. Like,
Yes.
definitely,
Yes, it
because
would.
you're
Yeah.
traveling so much, and you go into these desert locations in Madrid, and
Yeah.
you know, your channel is true nature, and
Yes. It needs
the
a true
landscape
drone.
is the nature. The
Yeah.
landscape is the nature.
I need the drone so bad. I need a drone. It would have been, that's what I got so many. The problem is, I've got so many things that I want to buy. There's so
Yeah,
many things out there that I'm looking to
yeah,
try and
no,
buy. I need to make a plan. But the drone is definitely one of those things, which is, I think is,
mm,
I would love to have one of those because I think that's the,
yeah,
how would you say it? You can get some really cool things with drones, and also I've seen some loads of good wildlife stuff with drones.
yeah, yeah. I
There's
mean,
loads of,
yeah,
yeah.
you could get loads. Suppose you were in South Africa on a safari, you could fly
Mm.
that thing above the lions or whatever.
Yeah, and chase the lions
you
or
know,
something.
you could get a nice shot of all the what are they the buffalo or
The
whatever running from the lions
buffalo, yeah,
or some shit.
yeah, that'd be
Like
sick.
that'll be sweet. But yeah, all in good time. I mean, the drones. More of them are coming out, so the original, like some of the original
Mm.
ones are dropping in price.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you
yeah.
could pick. I think you can get like the Mavic Mini now for maybe like £350 or something.
Mm. Yeah.
So, um, yeah, like I'm sure you'll have one before long. I know you will.
Yes, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's gonna
and if
work
not,
out.
you can lend mine. Because I
Yes.
hope to join you out in Madrid for a couple of months at some point in
Yeah,
the
that'd be a
future
good adventure. That
when
will.
when this ends,
Oh
so we can go
man,
on some more adventures.
there is a. I was reading about this, but I can never remember the details. There's a population of bears in the northwest of
Okay,
Spain,
right. Okay, yeah.
and there's just it's one of the there's not that many bears there, but yeah, I think that would be such a cool adventure to go and try and find them. And it's a cool story because they're like with some of the last brown bears in Spain, the whole of Spain.
Yeah,
They've been
yeah, that
hunted
would
in
be
this country
awesome.
to near extinction like hundreds of years ago. Now no one hunts them anymore. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
so like there's a really cool story there of people trying to keep these bears around.
yeah.
That's
That would
something I
be
really
sweet.
want to. I really want to do something. There's a lot I want to do. Every time I think about it, it's like, oh, there's something new that I want to do. I want to do this. I want to do that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
No,
there's a
that's
lot.
that's shiny object syndrome.
Shiny object syndrome. Yeah. I
Yes.
suffer with
That's
this
it.
too.
Yeah. It's so hard. Like I've started, I think, 5 projects on Premiere, and
Oh
I've got
shit.
like
Yeah.
them all half done.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, and now I'm just like, oh my God, I can't even finish them because the
Yeah.
vision
Yeah.
I have for them is so spectacular that
Mm.
nothing I do is going to be that great.
Yeah. No,
But
no, don't think like that. It's gonna be excellent. It's gonna be
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah, I'm trying, but
No, you'll do well
I
with it.
I miss our adventures.
Yeah, we
For
had some.
anyone like listening, me and you and we've been on a couple of adventures looking for wildlife, didn't we?
Yes, we
Um,
found the wildlife. We did a good job.
yes.
Yeah.
We went to the Gower
Mm.
in Swansea in
Yeah.
between the lockdowns, and we didn't think we were going to find anything, did we?
No,
Not really. I
not
guess
really.
deep down.
No. Deep
Um,
down, I was like,
and we must have found bloody half a dozen snakes,
yes, we found that.
including grass snake, one which I caught.
Yeah,
We got
yeah,
some
yeah.
footage of.
Yeah.
We found adders, and we found about 100 slow worms.
100 slow worms in these.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about 100. So,
It was literally about 100 slow worms.
I still remember, like, we lifted up the bloody tin thing,
Yeah,
and like, it's just like millions of them under this one thing. It was awesome.
yeah.
No, we
it
had
was
some great
crazy.
adventures. We had some
Yeah,
great
and
adventures.
Forest of Dean.
Yes,
That was great.
That was fun.
Forest
We
of
didn't
Dean.
see the boars though. I really wanted to see
Well,
those boars.
we saw a dead boar, which
We
was
saw a
looks,
dead one,
looks like
yeah.
it looked like
Which had
being
been
killed
attacked by a
bloody-
leopard.
Yeah, it was some horrific shit you'd see on like I don't know, Evil Dead or something.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was ever since that day. I've been like reading about those supposed leopard sightings in the Forest of Dean, and it's it's really weird because it's like there's like Facebook pages dedicated to big cat sightings near there. There's loads of this kind of like Bigfoot stuff going on.
Bigfoot. In the
No,
Forest of
like
Dean?
like the leopards in the Forest
Oh,
of
right.
Dean. Thing. It's like
Yeah,
the mythology
yeah,
of it. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. No, I've seen some videos. I mean,
yeah.
I reckon it could be true.
I reckon it could be true. You see,
What do
but
you
I'm so
think?
susceptible to this. I'm so susceptible to this kind of stuff because I kind of sit
Yeah.
there and go, no, 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 yes, yes, it's true. I can't be moved because I
Yeah,
want to.
well, I've seen videos of them, but
Yeah,
you know, it's hard to actually say is that the Forest of Dean because it just could be
it
any
could be
old
anywhere.
forest.
Yeah,
But I don't see why people would
why
lie.
it
I
couldn't be?
guess there's
Well,
there's a lot of sources. Yeah,
I suppose people could lie because like they got nothing else to do. But like,
yeah, yeah. I mean, I say why would people lie? Yeah, people lie though. You know, a lot of people lie about some dumb
some
things.
dumb stuff. Yeah. No, but
Like the
it's
internet trolls.
yeah, yeah. But no, it's one of those things I really want to be true. And
Yeah.
like, I think I would dedicate some time to go there to try and find them. I think.
Yeah, we got to go back.
Yeah, we've got to go back anyway. So
Well,
we may
that's
as well
the thing.
place a bunch of trail cameras there.
Yeah, for those who don't know, the Forest of Dean has a load of boars running wild there because something about they got let loose like years ago or something, right? Ewan,
Yeah.
or something like that. But so me and Ewan were looking for these boars, and we didn't manage to find a live one, but we did
No.
find one with his head basically like torn off, wasn't it, or something
Yeah,
along
it
those
was
lines.
it was gruesome. Like it was really
Yeah, it was
gruesome.
pretty gruesome.
It didn't
And we were
look
thinking like,
yeah.
what could have done this other than what is supposed to be in the Forest of Dean? Is it panthers or?
It's supposed to be leopards, I
Big-
think. I don't think
big
that people
cats.
know. Like a medium-sized cat. There's not like
Right,
Bengal
okay.
tigers running around there or anything. I
There's
think
a
it's
wild.
supposed to be
There
like
is a
leopard.
wild cat, or a
Yeah.
couple of wild cats.
A couple
in
of
the Forest
wild
Dean.
cats of unknown origin.
That
But-
is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I want it to be real so bad. I want it to be real so bad.
Yeah.
Because it would be I don't know why. I don't know why I want it to be real. But it's just one of those things.
No, I get it. It's like I still want the Loch Ness monster to be real, but
Man, that would
I've
be
given
so
up.
cool.
Yeah. I mean,
I've given up on that, but like, it would be so cool if it was.
yeah.
Like, if someone came
definitely.
out and said, "I found a footprint," I'd be like, "Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it's real."
Even like Bigfoot, like I'm still holding on to the idea
Bigfoot.
that Bigfoot's out there.
He is. I was watching. Did I tell you about a guy called Les Stroud? He's a filmmaker. I think he still makes video. He makes like films, but he's this
Right,
guy. He's
okay.
like the original Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
He's like Bear Grylls before
Right,
Bear
okay.
Grylls. He's this Canadian
Yeah.
guy who throws himself into this wilderness and he has to try and survive it.
Yeah.
Well, he did a whole series, or maybe 2 series, about finding Bigfoot. So
Right,
he's this
okay,
guy.
yeah.
He throws himself alone in the wilderness and runs around and films everything himself, right? And he's
Okay.
running around the woods going, "Look, I'm finding Bigfoot," and it's ridiculous. But every time, like when I think about it, it's like, no, this is ridiculous. You know, you can explain away everything that he says, but when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, he's onto something here. he's got something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
I think didn't Joe Rogan look for Bigfoot at one point? Something like that.
How many people?
This is like the new Joe Rogan podcast. The Ewan
Maybe.
Wilson podcast is the new
Maybe.
Joe Rogan podcast.
The drywall version.
Yeah.
The drywall version of the show.
No, but you know, like he has a lot of adventure people on his podcast, doesn't he? Did you hear the
Yeah.
one from the guy from Wales who
Yeah,
walked
yeah.
across Mongolia and
That
walked
must have
across
been an insane
Madagascar?
adventure. That must have been so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
I mean, that will be your podcast one day. You'll just be
One
interviewing
day.
these mad adventurers that have walked
Yeah.
across the world like barefoot or
Man.
something.
That must have been crazy to walk across Mongolia. That must have been a
Yeah.
really cool experience. That must have been amazing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's something like I'd love to do with you, which we've talked about, and
Yeah.
the Pyrenees, walking through the Pyrenees together.
Yeah. That would be amazing.
Something I'm definitely going to do at some point.
Yeah.
When COVID ends and when we can get out there and when I have the time. But
Yeah.
you know, I'd love to go through the Pyrenees with you, take the drone,
Uh-huh.
just hike through. You get wildlife stuff, I'll get drone
Yeah.
stuff, and together we can make something something awesome and have a good experience, you know.
I want to do that. There's a bunch of animals in the High Pyrenees which I want to try and find, but the one is this giant vulture. It looks like someone drew it. It's a really cool animal, but the name escapes me. It's huge, and it eats primarily bones of animals that have died.
Right,
it's but it's this wicked looking thing. Its wings are probably about the size, bigger than my arm.
Oh, dude, you gotta send me a picture of that, because I'm always fascinated by vultures. They're like the creepiest things in the world, aren't they?
Oh man, I'll send you a picture of it. There's a bunch of them in the mountains here in Madrid. They're huge. It's crazy. Like you can. I remember I was doing a hike with my girlfriend. We're just walking, and we just see them all come, and they're massive, right? The wingspans are about 6 foot. So we see all of these things kind of emerging from the top of the mountain and start flying around. There's no one else there, and they start making these sounds, like these screeching sounds. I can't remember exactly what the sounds were, but it was incredible. It was like something out of a movie, It's like out of a movie.
Yeah.
These things
flying
around and that. It was crazy, and they all just settled down. And when they landed on the mountain, you couldn't see them.
Jeez.
It was crazy.
You've seen so much crazy stuff, though. I mean, you've cage dived with great whites, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You've swam freely with a crocodile or an alligator.
I've got to explain that bit, because it was people have done that. I'm kind of interested in doing that, but that alligator was a captive one. It was a captive one,
in like a zoo.
But
still, you swam with an alligator in a zoo.
That was good fun, though.
You've looked after penguins.
Hell yeah! Oh my god! I don't
been
have
bit by penguins?
I've been bitten by them. Yeah, they savaged me. It was horrific. It was about this big. And it waddled. I remember I can't remember what I was doing with it. I picked it up or something, and he went, wah! And he cut a deep gash into my hand. I used to have a scar there, but I don't think it's there anymore.
That's a good, it's a good little story. Well, how did you get that scar? I got bit by a penguin.
He was about 20 grams.
But no, you're a badass. I mean, what else have you done? You've filmed an alligator eating an anaconda, right?
That was fun.
Or a reticulated python or something.
I think it was a Burmese python. I was learning
Burmese python
a couple of weeks ago. I was talking.
Filmed it. Go on.
Yeah. No, a friend of mine was telling me on this about all the different animals which have made their way into Florida.
I listened to that podcast.
Yeah. There's
and they're causing problems.
They're causing huge problems. There's anaconda. There's a population of anaconda. There's a small population of caiman from the Amazon, a black caiman. There's all these different creatures in there because some guy, I think it's because some blokes wanted to own these different animals as pets.
Yeah.
So it's been so they've all made their way to the Everglades. It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
It's messed up though, because it messes with the population, right?
There's especially the pythons, because they're so. Well, it's an apex predator. It's an animal which is one of the top animals that preys on things. That's English. Yeah, that makes sense. It's an apex predator when it gets fully grown.
Yeah.
So it's putting it into an environment where it basically has no natural predators, or at least very few natural predators.
Yeah.
So nothing controls its population, and they're allowed to do whatever they want. They don't really have a lot of competition there.
Right.
Yeah, it's really crazy. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a guy I know in the who catches these snakes in the Everglades. I think it's in the Everglades. He's like a licensed hunter.
Yeah.
And he caught one with his friend, and there's a picture of it on the internet, and it's crazy. It's about 20 foot in length.
Jesus Christ.
It's huge. It's massive. And I always think, why would you want that as like a pet?
Yeah.
Something that could eat. I don't know. It can eat you. It can literally.
Well, you hear those horror stories of the snake preparing to eat you.
Yeah. Wait, what? No,
when you hear there's loads of these horror stories, or it's some woman had a snake or something, like a huge snake, and it was getting fatter and fatter or something.
Yeah.
And or it hadn't eaten in ages or something like that.
Something
and
like
she
that.
took it to the vet, and she was like, "What's going on with my snake? Like he's acting strange. Like he's gotten bigger, like or whatever. He's not been eating."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, he's preparing to eat you."
What?
Basically,
No.
yeah. Like he's preparing for a big meal or something along those lines. Like,
oh, that's crazy.
I think it happens quite often with like the huge snakes.
Yeah,
Like,
when people own like death snakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Definitely.
yeah, like when you I see my issue is I get it, but I don't really sympathize because like it should say on the tin, shouldn't it? Like it's like if I was allergic to nuts and I ate a bag of nuts. I am kind of asking for it. If I want to own an animal which grows to about 1 million foot and can crush a car, I'm kind of asking for it.
I don't know why you'd own those. Like, I think it's worse owning like a chimpanzee or something.
That's
like
much worse. Yeah, that's much worse.
But like these pythons, like surely you can't ever take it out of the cage. You wouldn't even have it in a cage if it was that big. It'd probably just live in your garden. But then that's dangerous. Like, what if you're just like, it's a hot day, you've gone out in your garden, you're chilling, you get a tan on, you fall asleep, and then you wake up and you've got fucking...
and it's up to your chest, and it's like coming in.
Yeah, that's not something you want, to be honest. Some people are just... It's so stupid though. There's people like out in like the Amazon that own like hippos and stuff, isn't there? Like...
No. It was have you heard that story about Pablo Escobar?
No. What?
Oh man. This is where the hippos come from. He had a private zoo in I think Colombia. I think that's where it is. And he bought all of these animals to put in this private zoo. And when he was, did he die? Was he caught? Whenever his whole shtick ended, right?
Yeah.
The authorities seized the zoo, right? And they sent away all the animals. But the hippos remained. And they broke loose. And they're still there. So there's this huge... I was watching this video about it. There's this huge thing about the hippos. Because they're a genuine problem, right? You got a bunch of inbred hippos running around, and they just walk into villages. They don't care because they're hippos. They're severely damaging the ecosystem in which they've now inhabited because they're not from there. They have no idea. There was a really interesting video I watched about it where the army had shot one. Like the army was sent in because these hippos were raiding farms or something like that. So they shot this one hippo. And the picture went viral in Colombia, and the most of the population of Colombia went batshit crazy about this. Like, how dare you do this? Which I understand completely. But now they can't shoot the hippos.
Right. So can't they just take them back to their country?
I don't know what they're going to do about it. Like they're going to move. They've got to get rid of them somehow.
There needs to be like the crocodile hunter, but the hippo hunter.
I want to meet that guy. He's like lassoing hippos and like pulling them into trucks.
And that could be you.
Oh man, I hope that's going to be me. Hippos
the
are
hippo
terrifying.
hunter.
The hippo.
It's got a nice ring to it.
The hippo hunter. That'll be me. In 20 years, if I'm not the hippo hunter, I don't know what I'm going to be.
You'll be something, hunter. Definitely.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. It really is.
Still love wildlife. So when I was a kid, I used to want to be the next Steve Irwin, pretty much. And then during my GCSEs, I wasn't doing too well in science, and I was told that like I was gonna be, I wasn't gonna get a full GCSE in science. I was gonna get like half a GCSE.
Yeah.
And they were gonna send me for another like class to make up for the other half.
Yeah.
Which meant I wouldn't have been able to go to uni and do like biology or whatever thing, animal zoology or whatever. So as a kid, I sort of I gave up on my dream of doing that. But it wasn't my true dream. My true dream is to be a screen combatant for TV. and I've only realised that as I got older. But it was a dream of mine at one point, and I still love wildlife, and that's why I always enjoy coming out on new adventures and
man,
looking for snakes. And that's it. I'll grab any snake, I don't care.
We'll go get pythons together. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah.
We'll go catch some pythons together. I'll make some phone calls. I'll beg people. We'll take us out and catch pythons.
Yeah, we need to go to Australia together, man. There's so many, there's so many things I'd like to find with you. We're gonna make a bucket list of animals, okay? I want to find with you.
Big animal bucket list.
One I want to find. I was googling this the other day. Do you know a Gila monster?
Yes.
So it's spelled Gila, but it's pronounced Gila.
Okay.
And they're in. I think they're in Southern America, just by Mexico.
Okay.
I didn't realize, because I know they're one of 2 venomous lizards in the world, but their bite is one of the most painful venom bites you can ever get.
I think I've seen a video of a guy getting bitten by a Gila monster.
Yeah, they look awesome. I want to see a Gila monster.
They're a sick animal. They're a sick looking animal. Not to get bitten by, but they're really cool. They're a really cool looking lizard.
This guy, I was watching this guy got bit just the other day, and he said it was like hot lava seeping through your veins. And it spread, got bit on the finger, and it spread all the way up his arm, and he said it was just felt like he was burning on the inside for a day or something.
Jesus Christ, that's horrific.
He was getting pretty worried, when's this going to end?
Yeah, that's horrific. Jeez.
Yeah, I've heard it's super painful. I think there's the history of the tribes in Mexico or whatever used to think that its breath was toxic or something like that. Yeah. So there's some interesting
mythology there. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a cool mythology with those. Yeah, there's a huge amount of. My list is endless. My animal list is endless. It's just. It's such an interesting world. The kind of, what do you call it? The living world. It's really really cool. It's such a endlessly interesting thing. There's always something you can read up about that you've never heard of. My last guest on this show was Viviana, who was talking about the snapping turtles. Now I was telling her that I found out about those on a 20-hour layover just scrolling through YouTube and finding these videos of these crazy looking animals that live in the middle of America, and it's oh my god, that's this is really cool. This is something I never knew existed. I've never seen a picture of those in my life. So it brings it offers you new things.
Yeah. No, I think it's what you're doing is amazing, because it's for a greater cause, really. It's
I don't know.
There's a lot. You're kind of in the environmental scene, so you look after the environment, and
I think so.
And you sort of know a lot about the population of the wildlife, and it's important. I think it's important because we're losing a lot of it, and we need more people like you.
Well, I think I do a small. I don't know what. I hope I do something. Well, I think we all.
Well, even just talking about even just talking about it though, and getting people passionate about wildlife.
Yeah.
That makes people want to make sure the wildlife stick around.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. I hope I do something. I think we all do. Entertainment, activity. I think we all do an important thing in our own way. If we strive to do something a bit better, then we all do something that's important. You do things that are important.
Yeah.
I think it's furthering things which help people get out there and active. I think we all contribute in a way. I just hope I do something. Because you read about.
Definitely are.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Because you read things, all the time about how terrible everything is. So giving something back is important.
Yeah, definitely. Man, I want to find King Cobra with you.
Yes, yes, King Cobra. Yeah.
Go on.
No, I know a guy who's done a lot of work with King Cobras. His name's Robin. He's gonna kill me for forgetting. I think he's from the Netherlands.
Right.
I think he's from the Netherlands. He's a really cool guy
Right.
either way. He's a really cool guy, and he's got some sick pictures of king cobras on his Instagram and some clips and some
Nice.
videos of them. I didn't know they climbed trees.
Did they? I knew
Yeah.
black mambas did.
No,
I
he's
knew
got
Black
he's
Mamba
got videos of like king cobras in trees. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, probably not surprised. They're the biggest of the venomous snakes. So
Yeah.
they could probably climb a tree.
Mm.
You've seen a black mamba, haven't you? You photographed a black mamba.
No, I haven't seen a black mamba. No, I think I photographed a snake which looks kind of similar,
All right,
but
yeah.
I can't
probably
remember
that
what it
then, yeah.
is. It might have been. I can't remember what that would have been.
Yeah, because the black mamba is like the most fierce snake,
Yeah.
feared snake in Africa, isn't it? Because it's
Yeah.
the fastest snake. It can
Yeah.
climb trees. You can't escape the
No,
black
you
mamba.
can't escape the black mamba. That's crazy. Imagine that thing chasing.
Yeah.
I was chasing
Yeah.
a Montpellier snake a
Yeah.
couple of weeks ago with my GoPro, and I was really
Yeah.
struggling to keep up with it. I can't imagine if he was chasing me, because he
Right.
was
Yeah.
really quick. He was like zooming around
Yeah.
and all that.
Surprising how quick those things are. Like when I caught that grass snake, remember when I let it go? It
Yeah.
just disappeared.
Yeah. I think I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had the video. I
I
let
think
this
I got the
grass
video,
snake go. It just
Zoomed
vanished.
off. They're really snakes are really cool. I've really found some love for snakes. They're such cool
Yeah.
animals. They're very
Yeah,
very pretty.
definitely.
They're very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Mm.
really found some love for them. I hope to see some more
Yeah.
actually now that spring comes. There's this video I want to get of them dancing in the spring, which is now I think, where they kind of the two males meet each other and they kind of do this
Yeah, I've
kind
seen
of
it. Yeah,
dancing
yeah.
motion. Yeah, it's really cool. I'd have
That'd be cool.
I really
Shoot
want to
that
get
in
that.
slow mos.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be sick. Put some cool music
gotta
to
do
it.
Yeah,
Gotta do it.
definitely. I mean, you've gotten out and about so much, and you've had like so many good experiences. I mean, I want to mention you almost died. You almost died. Ewan was like, what were you like 5-10 foot away from like half a dozen elephants, like
No.
a herd of them?
No, 2 or 3 inches.
You've got to tell
It
that
was-
story, bro.
it was
for the people that
crazy.
haven't seen, you know.
For the people who haven't seen it, wow. Damn, you put me on the spot here because I still kind of shake every time I think of that.
Yeah, I mean, because if some of my I'm going to share this podcast, when it's out.
Yeah,
so
man, yeah.
If some of my friends listen to this who don't know you, where can they find that video? Because they need
God.
to see that.
That's on. If you type in Ewan Wilson elephants or wildlife photographer
Yeah,
elephants, it should come up. The thing is, if you
Yeah.
type in my YouTube channel name, I know it won't come up. It doesn't come up. But if
you're
you
gonna
type in
have to
Ewan
edit.
Wilson,
You're
it'll
gonna
work.
have to edit this clip into the podcast, bro.
Yes, it'll be somewhere here.
You've got to, because
Oh,
it's
man.
too good. It's too good not to,
It was-
show that. Because
That was the craziest thing ever.
how many elephants were there?
11.
Remind me.
I'm counting the babies.
And it was like babies there as well, and there was like mothers like staring you
Yeah.
out, man.
Oh
like,
man, there was the matriarch and the male, and the big male there as well. And everyone was giving me rubbish for this in
the evils.
the comments yeah, of other people's video when this was posted everywhere else, because I
Right.
said it was a male elephant, and everyone's like, no, that's a female elephant because it runs the herd.
Yeah, but they're just idiots.
No, it was a male elephant. I saw its weaponry. I can confirm, male elephant. There's no.
Yeah,
There's no.
you were close enough.
I was close
you were close
enough
enough to know.
I could
Yeah.
see the thing. It was horrific.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that was crazy. That was really crazy. That was an experience and a half.
I mean, I know you swam with an alligator, but this was probably more on
Way
death's
more.
door, right?
Way more.
This
'cause
is
that-
probably
yeah.
this is the closest you've been to death.
Way more. The alligator was trained, so like
Yeah.
trained. Let's just be, it's not fully trained, but the guy who was in the swimming pool had had known the alligator for something stupid like 10 years. He knew it,
Yeah, yeah.
so they were kind of mates in a way.
yeah,
These
Yeah.
elephants didn't know me. Didn't
yeah.
know no one. And
Mhm.
it was on a drought, and we drove up to a watering hole where I had a trail camera spying on crocodiles.
Yeah.
And the elephants just came for us. Like, they really came for us. And then the big male was like, hey, was kind of separating the herd and us. So then, like, the matriarch could go and
he's
shove
like the
everyone
alpha.
away. Yeah. Because I think I don't know if I'm not an elephant scientist, but like the smaller elephants won't listen to him. I think. I don't think they see him as like an alpha, but they see the female as the alpha.
Yeah.
But the male is just so much bigger that like if anyone's going to flip the truck, it's going to be him.
Yeah.
So he kind of positioned himself because male alpha bull elephants. Yeah, again, I'm not an elephant scientist, so this might be incorrect. But alpha bull elephants don't hang out with the herds.
Yeah.
They when they reach a certain age, I think the matriarch either kicks them out or they leave on their own accord.
Right.
So them being together was just happenstance.
Right. Okay.
And he just positioned himself in front of the herd and the truck. It was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. If you can find that video, that was awesome. That'd be awesome.
I want to say for the people listening as well, because you say truck, but yes, everyone was in the truck, but Ewan. Ewan was on the back of the truck.
I was sat on the what was it? The bonnet?
Like a pickup truck, right?
Yeah,
You've got
a
pickup truck, and everyone was in it safely, but Ewan was, because Ewan was the photographer. He was in the back of the pickup truck.
Yeah. I was sat on what is called a tracker seat, which is outside of the car.
Yeah, like a Wallace and Gromit thing.
It's like the Wallace and Gromit thing. Yeah,
and like you had like 10 elephants squaring up to you, like here, and you were just like trying not to move, and like obviously if you started the engine or whatever, you probably would have died. So it wasn't a case of you could just drive off. Like these elephants were staring at you, and you just had to stay still and hope you weren't killed.
My friend Kurt, who was driving that truck, he was a ranger there. He knows these elephants. Yeah. So he God bless him, he knew exactly how not to get me killed. So we should all pray to Kurt. All pray to Kurt that he saved my life. I think that happened twice, actually. Yeah.
That must have been scary because, funny enough, I've had the same experience, but with cows, and that was scary.
Cows are terrifying. They're so scary.
I had like 50 cows surround me, and I swear a couple of them were bulls as well. And it was like when I was filming one of my my screen combat stuff. So I took like my drone and my camera to a local field, a farmer's field, and where there was some nice trees, and I was filming in the field forest area, swinging the sword around. I had my drone in the air, I had my camera out, and all of a sudden these cows just come around the corner of this field. I was in their field, I didn't know. And I was like, oh shit. They started to like come up to me, and more of them were coming. So I was like, okay, I landed the drone, I packed the tripod away. You know how long that takes. It takes a good couple of minutes.
Yeah.
By this time, about 50 cows have accumulated, and they're literally coming for me.
They're coming.
And I was kind of like stuck because there was this barbed wire fence behind me, and I had all my camera kit, and all of them surrounded me. Luckily, I had a sword on me. But I was like there, and I was like, this would make for like a great picture, but I was like kind of worried, and I was like, do I swing this sword? Because two things happen. I either swing the sword and scare them off, or I swing the sword and make them angry, and then they know I'm a threat.
What happened?
Basically, I didn't swing the sword. I was like, I don't want to be that guy. I just I can't remember. I think I ran for it. I think I just ran for it.
Just ran, get out.
And I dived over the barbed wire. I think I ripped like half of my camera bag, which was really annoying because I mean, I was just scrambling to get out of there. Really,
that's terrifying. Did you take the picture?
I had a picture after I was on the other side of the barbed wire, and I took a picture. Like, no, I never posted it. I put a selfie of me. I've got like a sword over my shoulder and half a dozen cows just staring me at. And I wanted to post it and say like, when the odds are against you, keep fighting or something. Or
I need to see this picture. I have to see it.
And I lost my power bank that day because when I packed away my camera equipment so fast, I had quite an expensive power bank, and I never saw it again after that day. So I'm assuming I left it there.
The cows took it.
In the field. Yeah, the cows took it. The cows got the power bank, man.
They're making a social media account right now. They're on this. They're making their TikTok and they're dancing to WAP. They're getting it on.
Yeah, definitely. But they're dangerous, man.
That's a crazy. No, but that's actually true. Though that's a crazy story, isn't it? Like a couple hundred people a year in the UK die from like cows. Isn't that true?
Yeah, I'm probably not surprised. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Didn't you get bit? I remember we went camping once. You got bit by a horse.
I did. It bit me here. That should have been amazing. That should have been like me saying, right, I know what I'm doing. The horse has chosen me.
We've been on some mad adventures though, and like I can't find any people willing to go on these adventures. Like
you got to come here.
We did some crazy stuff. So we walked. How long did we walk for? Like 8 hours out of Cardiff. We hiked.
I think so. Yeah.
And we pretty much, I think we got around like the Caerphilly Mountain area.
Yeah. And, was it the Caerphilly Mountain area?
Roughly. It could have been more like a bit before that. Yeah. Like the Macon area or something. Yeah. But we camped on a mountain, a hill, and this was in February. Uh-huh. And there was me, you, and 3 of our friends, and then it was freezing, wasn't it? It was freezing.
Yeah, it was cold. This was a while ago,
yeah? We all rammed in this two-man tent. Five of us in a two-man tent, keeping each other warm. And we're pretty much up all night thinking like, right, we need to go. We need to get out of here. I remember you at one point saying, I'm ready to leave, basically. You were like, I'm ready to get a mission out of here. Yeah. And we were like, okay, yeah, fair enough. It must have been like 6 a.m. We unzipped the tent to leave, and it was just covered in snow, wasn't it?
Yes.
Like the hill was covered in snow.
It was
and we were like, oh my God, we're in the snow. And we've got like an 8-hour hike home. And that was one of the best days, like, ever, you know.
Yeah, I was ready to book that. I remember.
Because I remember it.
I have a picture in my mind of us all stood there in the snow.
Yeah. And we've got like a lumberjack axe. Yeah, I remember the pictures.
Lumberjack axe.
Yeah, that was such a good day. You know, that's like so stuff good. Like that I miss. But you can't find. I can't find anyone, you know, who's up for stuff like that anymore. We need to like I say, I say to some of my friends, you know, let's go camping. 8-hour hike in the snow. People are like, no, why would you do that?
We need to top that now, because we were like teenagers back then. Now we're adults.
We will.
We've got to top it. We've got to do something bigger and better.
We're going to go to the Pyrenees. I know it's coming.
Yeah.
I think the Pyrenees, we're going to be camping with the bears.
Yes.
You know?
Give me them bears.
Yeah, we're going to be lucky to stay alive.
On that note, there's a segment I want to do on this show.
All right, okay.
There's a new segment. I think I was supposed to do this like an hour ago, but it's okay.
Okay.
We were talking a lot about sport this time.
Yeah.
Which is something I'm very interested in, you're very interested in. But one thing which I think is kind of like a guilty obsession of mine, not an obsession, but an interest, is what I like to call fringe sports.
Fringe sports. Okay.
Fringe sports. Now,
I'm interested.
I got some videos for us to watch.
Okay.
I got some videos.
I'm interested.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
All right. I have collected 3 videos that we're going to watch together.
Okay.
And I hope this actually works. They are 2 different types of... I think a more fair version is to say alternative sports.
Okay. Let's go.
So we're going to go with the first one.
I'm intrigued.
I have no idea if this is going to get my copyright thing. I don't think so.
World chess boxing champion.
Oh no, there's an advert. No, skip it. No, I got an advert. No. Damn it, I got an advert. All right. I've already watched a little bit of it. Let me restart this shit. We can't watch the whole video.
I'm interested. Let's go. World chess boxing champion.
World chess boxing. Can you hear it?
Is it? No, not necessarily.
That's all right.
Is it making a lot of noise?
I'll mute it. Yeah, it's making a lot of noise. It's probably better for me anyway.
I guess I probably don't need the sound, right?
No, I don't think so. So this is chess boxing.
Jesus Christ.
Now I think this is. I heard about this for a while back, and it's the combination of the two different sports, and it's just the goofy. It sounds like a good idea.
This looks proper sinister. Like he's in the shadows.
Like this
is. It's like Bruce Buffer of the boxing chess.
But this is like,
oh man, I bet the sound would have been great. He's like, it's time.
It's the goofiest shit I've ever seen. I know, like, in principle, it makes a lot of sense, right? Because do you know what I mean?
Yeah, what the hell is this?
Okay, because I'm planning to put this stuff on Spotify, so I got to explain this a little bit. We have a boxing ring with a chessboard in it. And there's two guys, two tough-looking guys, coming in to enter the ring. And I think they're going to do 6 rounds of chess and 6 rounds of boxing. Let's skip ahead a little bit here. Let's get on with this a little bit.
6 rounds of chess and 6 rounds of boxing.
And I think
that's just two weird sports that you couldn't do together.
I think it's whoever gets knocked out or checkmated first. So now they're playing the chess. Look how weird this is.
So they have like a time frame then? Like they get like 5 minutes of chess. You don't do rounds of chess, do you?
No, I think they have... I can't remember how you do chess. I think there is like... they have like a timer. Yeah, I think they have a timer. And like I think they're clicking something here.
Okay.
You see what... and then they're playing the chess. And then when the timer ends, they start punching each other.
That's amazing. Yeah, I want to play.
But look at it, like this is a proper thing though.
These guys are making bets.
They're making bets. Yeah, they're on it. Who's going to get checkmated? This is like a full-on thing. They got a nice logo as well.
Look at this guy. He's intense. He's serious.
I just want to let's skip ahead a little bit here. Because I don't know how long they're going to be playing. I want to get to the part where they start hitting each other, and they put away the chessboard. yeah, they're putting away the chessboard. Look at this. So
what the hell?
And now they're getting gloved up.
This is crazy. How do you win? So you either checkmate someone or you knock them out.
Yeah, or I think at the points at the end, if no one gets knocked out or checkmated, who has the most points, like a normal fight.
That's crazy.
I know this is like these are two athletes.
Wait, is the chessboard still in the ring?
No, it's out of the ring, but they have to put it they have a few rounds of this.
There's like a ball guy who comes and collects the chessboard in the middle of the match.
Yes. Yeah. So like when the bell rings for the chess game and they put the gloves on, the ball guy gets the...
What part of the world is this happening?
Oh, I think it's Eastern European.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh, you almost knocked him out there. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, eh? See, we
have to play this.
Yes. We need to bring this to the UK. I'll make this happen. Chess boxing.
I think we should do it. We should play this.
But like they're actually swinging for each other. Like this is like a full-on. This is a really cool sport.
I'm surprised it's got so many spectators.
Yeah.
Chess boxing.
And look, they'll take the gums out now. I think they're taking the gums out and they're watering up. They're taking the gloves off, and the board goes back in now. Yeah, there they go.
This is just crazy. I wonder if it affects their gameplay. Like if you're badly concussed, you can't think what move to make in chess.
But
that's the strategy. You've got to badly concuss your opponent so that you checkmate him.
Yeah, because when you take a huge hit to the head, it kind of messes with your thinking, don't it?
So, that's brilliant.
They go in chess.
That is just the strangest thing.
All right.
Why do they put headphones on?
I think it's so they can listen. You know how like the coaches would shout at you when you were in the ring, telling you what to do? I think the coaches are also looking at the board, seeing...
Right, okay, yeah.
I think that's it. Or they're trying to not get distracted from the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just so strange.
All right, we're going to move on to the next sport. That's enough chess boxing.
Okay.
because I think it just goes on like that for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is crazy, though.
The next sport, I don't remember which one this is. So what I've done is I've got it into DS. Oh no, I didn't mean it was. Okay, we're just gonna go straight into. We're just gonna go straight into it. So this is it.
Hell?
Is it an advert? I think an advert's not going to come up for this. So it's professional Quidditch. This is a thing. Look at these people.
Quidditch. Oh my god.
So we've gone from chess boxing, which is a combination of those two. Yeah.
And I thought Hemo was one of the weirdest sports.
Oh mate, you ain't got nothing on
this. Looks like dodge. This is like dodgeball. Quidditch.
Oh, I don't want to do the talking because we can't hear him. I just want to see the gameplay.
Where are they playing this? This looks like it's played at university or something.
I think this is an American uni.
They actually have brooms. Is that like part of the rules? You can't like drop your broom.
I think you have to stay between the broom between your legs. Yeah. That's the idea.
This guy has got a shirt saying "What am I?" I don't think he knows what he is.
No, he's the snitch from the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, he's the snitch. Oh.
Yeah.
The snitch is a person. They have to nail him.
They have to run at him.
They have to smash him to win the game. So
wait,
like, if you tackle him, you win the game, right?
I guess so. I don't know how you. I've never played this game, so
this poor guy. This poor guy. He's just getting absolutely smashed.
God, he must get winded like loads.
This is crazy.
So like, this is something that I'm deeply interested in. Is these kind of like off the wall sports, but unlike the chess boxing, which is like a mixture of two sports which actually exist.
This is a new sport, basically.
Yeah. It's all because of J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, I guess so. J.K. Rowling made Quidditch, and it's like legitimate sport. Maybe though you could take the brooms away and do it on like roller skates.
Make it roller skates.
Yeah,
dude, you're a genius. We should do Quidditch on roller skates. That's more or ice skates. One of the two.
Yeah, ice skate Quidditch. Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah,
because you could have it on like
I got this video originally because I thought it'd be fun to laugh at, but it was like no, because there's actually, you could have a real sport in this maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so.
If you took away the snitch, because like that guy's just going to get injured.
There would be a lot of people willing to play that as well. A lot of Harry Potter fans.
Yeah. It's a big business.
Could you replace the snitch with something other than a person?
I don't know. Okay. Oh shit! We zoomed through that real quick. That's a lot quicker than the chess boxing.
You could have like one of those really fast toy drones as the Quidditch.
Yeah, and you got to try and catch it on the ice skates.
Yeah, as the snitch. Sorry, not the Quidditch. Quidditch.
But yes,
cool.
These are all things which actually exist. So I find it deeply fascinating. Now the last one is, I thought that was the craziest one, so I can't quite remember what this one is.
Okay.
Let's hit it up.
I've read the title and I hope that's what I think it is.
Oh, we're gonna skip the advert. No, the advert. We can't do the advert.
No way.
Oh, I can't do the advert. We're just gonna have to cut all this part out. So yeah, this is a digest. Here we go. It's coming up. So this, I believe, is a New Zealand sport. Yes, it's a New Zealand sport. And it's the New Zealand
sheep shearing.
Speed shearing. Sheep shearing. We are now looking at professional sheep shearing, like competitive sheep shearing.
What? So, oh my god, these poor sheep. These poor sheep. What do they have to do? Like, whoever's the first to shear them? I think so. They have to shear it. And I don't know what the... I didn't watch all. This guy's going for it. Yeah, this guy is fast. Oh, man. They're both fast. This is like... Poor sheep. Yeah. This is crazy. It's the strangest... It's probably the strangest, like... sport. I couldn't make it up.
basically.
Yeah.
And
That's
there they go, and they're off.
Wow.
And there they go.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Fair play.
That was a quick shit.
These people are spectating as well.
Yeah, there's people watching this.
You think that? I guess it would be kind of interesting. I'd probably go and watch it.
Yeah. Would you compete?
Just kidding. Yeah, I'd give it a go. Yeah, would you?
I don't know. I think I might give it a go.
I'd probably cut the head off the sheep though, or something by mistake. I'd feel a bit bad.
I couldn't do that. I wouldn't want to hurt the sheep.
Yeah. No, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, but it's just crazy how quick they're like.
Yeah, they're
shoving
real
all
fast.
that fur off.
That's crazy.
I feel like anything and everything can be competitive.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a couple of other sports. Have you heard of arm wrestling boxing?
What?
I'm pretty sure it's called arm wrestling boxing or something.
Arm wrestling boxing?
Yeah, it's where you have one hand arm wrestling, and with your other hand you have a boxing glove, and you're arm wrestling, and you're like punching the other person.
No!
Yeah, I think it's like I think there's like arm wrestling MMA as well. I think you can like knee him in the head and stuff.
I've got to see this. I'm getting this up right now. Hold up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. I'm pretty sure there is.
Oh right, yeah. I've got a video. Hang on, wait there. I'm gonna share the screen quick. Oh shit! No. I have never heard of this in my life.
It's crazy.
I've got to see this.
There's loads of crazy stuff coming out.
All right, you can see that.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh my god! This is arm wrestling MMA. No way. Arm wrestling MMA. It's called X Arm. Could you have a more badass name?
X Arm. Jesus.
Fighters are secured to a table.
Oh, so they're tied to the table.
Their wrists are tied together. The rules are to pin the opponent's arm.
Oh my god.
Or win by knockout or submission.
Whoa!
How can you submit someone from there?
So these guys are standing on a post and they're holding on to each other's arms.
Jesus.
And they're arm wrestling. You can imagine an arm wrestle, but now they're just...
Look at him.
Whoa,
He's knocked this...
Whoa,
he just knocked that guy out.
He was down.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Whoa.
This guy's still in the game.
He's still in there. He's got... Whoa.
Oh my god.
That couldn't have been legal.
This is crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
I'd give it a go.
Yeah? I might have to call this one quits. I'm not sure if I'm brave enough.
Isn't there a sport in Gloucestershire called like the Big Cheese or something?
Oh, I think
where
I
people
know that.
run down like a super steep hill and they just tumble down it, and it's like the first to the bottom bit. You don't really get to the bottom without breaking something.
Well, you mean they just roll down this hill?
Nah, there's a super steep hill.
Okay.
And they start running, like everyone starts at the top, it's like first to the bottom. And they try to run down it, but it's so steep that people like underestimate it.
And they fall.
And they fall. But once they fall, they can't get back to their feet. So they just tumble.
Oh, right.
And it's crazy. There was like, I've watched a few videos and there's guys like doing flips into each other and stuff, and like everyone's colliding. It's like watching the Tour de France when there's a crash, you know?
Oh my god.
It's crazy. Like, and there's people at the bottom of the hill, like waiting to catch these people, like, you know, like health and safety people. And when the people get to the bottom, they catch them because these people got like so much momentum coming down.
Like, literally break themselves.
They'll fall into like the crowd and hurt people. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
And then,
everything's competitive. Everything is competitive.
Yeah. Well, there's loads of new sports coming out. Have you heard of? I think it's called Medieval Combat, and it's something Ollie Taylor did.
He was telling me about this.
Yeah. So it's basically
Yeah.
It's like MMA, but with armor on, and you have like a sword and shield.
Yeah.
I think it's big in Poland. So
Oh,
yeah, you're in like a ring or a cage. You've got armor, you've got shield, you've got sword, and you fight, and you
oh
just
my
got to
God.
smash the other person.
I think I
And
found it.
yeah, and I think there's team sports of it now as well, like
That's pretty
6 on 6.
mental.
Yeah, it's pretty mental. I think Ollie said he gave
You
competing
gave
a
it a
go.
shot. Is this it?
Looks like it, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
so these, so they're in like a boxing ring or an MMA ring,
Yeah,
and they're,
yeah,
they're swinging swords at each other.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Whoa!
I'd give it a go. Definitely, I'd be well up for that.
There's like part of me which wants to do it and part of me which doesn't. There's
The
part of me which
concussion
is, oh
rate's got
my
to be
God,
pretty
it's like a,
high.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a
it's
full
pretty.
thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a full thing, man.
This is so strange.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
it's
like,
kind of like it's kind of like HEMA meets MMA.
yeah. Whoa! Oh yeah, he threw a knee at him.
Yeah.
Oh, it goes to the ground.
Oh, I've seen this video before. Watch this.
Whoa! 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 No! He's just slamming him with a shield. Oh,
He's done.
it's in a
Yeah,
mountain.
it's in the mountains. It couldn't get any more
this whole
badass.
thing's in a mountain.
Yeah,
Jesus
it's
Christ.
epic, isn't it?
That's
They've
so
got like
incredible.
they've got like screens and everything.
Whoa! And it's in
I
the
think
mountains.
yeah, I think it's arrived in Wales because Ollie trained it in Wales. There's a
Yeah,
guy in
yeah.
Pontypridd that do it.
I think yeah.
So yeah, I think there's a lot of new sports coming out.
That's
you know?
some pretty crazy stuff. That's pretty
I'd
cool.
love
I
to.
want to. Yeah.
I'd love to give it a go, but to be honest, I really like HEMA because HEMA is more like a martial art. There's actually
Yeah.
techniques to it,
Yeah.
and you can carry that to the TV and the film world better.
Yeah.
Whereas that medieval combat is more or less just bashing each other
Yeah.
until one of you
Like
falls
metal.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
There's,
I was-
I don't want to say there's no skill in it. There's definitely got to be some skill in it, but
yeah.
it's not as skillful as I would
Yeah.
like. You know.
There's like some of the stuff where you don't hit each other with metal. That was
Yeah, and I think you've got to have a sword and shield, whereas I like to have the two-handed sword.
good. Oh, okay, yeah.
So I
it's not
think
as
you've
much
got to have
freedom.
the sword.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not yet, but maybe in the future you
In
can
the
have like a
future.
medieval flail or something. You choose your weapon.
Swinging
like-
shit at each other.
You enter the arena and they're like, choose your weapon, and you just choose like out of a line.
Yeah.
They should host this in the Colosseum.
I
in Rome.
would. Yes. Oh my! I would pay big money to see that. That'd be amazing.
That
Yeah.
would be epic.
We gotta
That
make-
would be it.
We're gonna make this happen, man. We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna pick wherever we're gonna be in a couple of years. We're gonna pick like a park and just start doing it.
You know, it's interesting as well though, because we've done MMA and this sport's still relatively new. I wonder if we gave it a go, if we'd be pretty good quite fast. If that makes
I don't
sense.
know. Yeah, I know what you mean.
We could be champions in this
We could be
sport.
champions.
We'll be celebrities.
Yes, we'll be celebrities.
We get in now while there's not much competition.
Yeah,
and
when
then
when
in
everything
10 years,
Yeah, we'll get this
Yeah.
done. We'll get it good.
and then we'll be fighting in the Rome Colosseum.
No,
and we'll be-
Colosseum.
we get like $1 million a fight, you know.
Yes. How long do you reckon it's going to take before you get chess medieval boxing?
Chess medieval boxing. Oh,
Chess medieval
man.
boxing.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's already started somewhere,
Yeah, someone's
some
got-
backyard somewhere. Have you seen like the YouTube? I think it's called like Street Beefs.
No,
And
no,
then
I've not seen this.
It's like a YouTube channel of people hosting MMA fights in their backyard. But
Oh,
the
wait.
MMA fighters are pretty terrible. They're not controlled. They haven't really done much MMA. And they're just swinging for the fences
Right.
with these wild hooks.
We're on this. Is it street
it's-
beefs?
Street beefs, yeah. It's it's pretty crazy, man. I mean, the fights,
Oh, there's loads.
they're kind of entertaining, but at the same time, they're kind of not because the guys just run out of breath so fast. They're not controlled. They don't know how to fight.
I got 10 piece versus Baron Black. Let's hit this
That
up.
sounds like a good one. 10 piece.
Right, this is the
Let's
last
go.
one. Then I think I got to end this. I got to end this recording because my computer's going to
Okay.
die. Right,
Okay.
let's hit this up. Oh no, I paused it. Street beefs. This is it, yeah.
Yeah, street beefs.
Damn, 2008. They've been going.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This is 10 piece.
This is
Look at this
10
guy.
piece. He's 5'10". He weighs 130. What's the measurement? Is it kilograms or pounds?
No, it's pounds. It's pounds. Yeah, America.
Yeah.
No.
5'4".
Baron Black.
Baron Black.
Jesus Christ.
This is.
Oh, he's wearing boxing gloves. I would have thought they've worn MMA. I think some of them they wear MMA gloves. Yeah. They're on Twitch and Instagram.
Whoa. This is quite a production, though.
But I don't know how they've got licensing for this.
Yeah, because this looks like a proper thing. Like I was expecting like mobile phones and you know what I mean. Who's this guy?
Oh, I don't know.
Who's this guy? I get he's like the presenter, right? The guy in the Ice Cube shirt.
Yeah.
But there's just a random. Is he the ref? Maybe.
I think this guy's the ref, the one speaking.
Yeah, the one. Okay.
I really don't even know. But it's just crazy, man. Like,
this is like the most. I'm kind of into. I have to admit, I'm kind of into it.
You know, when it starts, it's exciting because they come out hard, but they're just tired in a minute. It's like, actually, there's no technique in this.
The chess boxing guys were like,
this is like the stuff I see in Cardiff at work. You know,
at work. That would be a great thing, though. If you get some of the annoying guys in Cardiff clubs, you just make them do this.
Yeah, someone needs to host the Street Beefs. Me and my doorman friend were saying that the clubs should have like a basement, like a fight club, you know?
Yeah.
So we've got like a basement with an MMA cage in. So when you get these guys giving us lip at work, we can just be like, all right, come on downstairs. We've got the cage. And it's just this underground fight club. Nobody speaks about it. The police don't know about it. No. And
that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. If people want to be mean.
So for some reason, I don't think we'd be allowed to have licensing for it, but it would be cool. It should be done.
If you filmed it and put it on YouTube, then you can make it a business, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like they're not that good, but like I reckon if you train these guys, they could be pretty sick because they got balls to do it. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
10 pieces going down. Right, that's enough of that. I want to see who wins this. Should be over in a minute. Oh. Yeah, 10 pieces down.
10 pieces down.
10 pieces down, yeah. Yeah, he's done.
But yeah, that's Street Beefs for you.
Oh, man, I thought I heard of this.
Crazy stuff, eh?
That's crazy. That's really crazy. Right.
Yeah, man.
I think we're well over an hour, so I've got to wrap this up before my computer has a heart attack.
All right, no worries, dude.
No worries, man.
Cheers for having me on, dude.
No, thanks, great. Man. This was good fun. It's a lot different than what I normally talk about, so this is great fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, if you want to do more in the future, let me know. I'll have to brush up on my knowledge of animals because I'd like to try to keep your podcast to do with wildlife, you know.
Oh yeah, we're always going to be talking about animals, but just a slight dip into something else is something I'm not too afraid. I'm not too worried about, and kind of want to do.
Yeah. Anyway, awesome.
I got to end this, boy. Oh, thanks for coming on, man.
No worries. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, man.
And take it easy.
Take it easy.